The Weed of the Week is brought to you by Mandaco.
For lower costs and higher production, Mandaco leads with versatility unmatched. Twister is the vertical tillage unit for no-till as well as conventional tillage. See your Mandaco dealer. Visit northcountrymarketing.biz or call 877-915-8790.
Our weed of the week is toothed spurge. It's not leafy spurge, it's toothed spurge. This one isn't quite as difficult to control as leafy spurge.
Well, it's not as bad as leafy spurge. It's an annual weed, but it does have that milky sap on the inside of the stems and leaves. And so in that regard, it does kind of remind you of leafy spurge a little bit. It's got some lance-shaped leaves. With toothed spurge, it generally reproduces by seed. So if you can stop it from going to seed, you can keep it from becoming a big problem on your farm. The problem, Brian, is that Roundup, it's 50–60% control at a normal rate. Even at 2-pass Roundup, maybe 70 or 80% control. It's just not that great.
Yep, and that's why a lot of times we see some toothed spurge out in fields later on in the season. Doesn't get real tall, doesn't grow way up above the corn or bean plants or wheat or whatever, but we are having some problems with Roundup. So what are we going to do for control? Let's start with corn.
Well, with corn, we really like Balance Flex down in states where it's labeled. We like atrazine to be included with some of the post-emerge treatments. That's a good helper. We also like Status and we like Bucktrill. Both of those are better when you have atrazine with them.
Okay, now in soybeans, you probably better start with a good pre. Valor's real good. Post-emerge, Pursuit Bassagran combination in soybeans and even dry beans. That'd probably be your best option, wouldn't you say?
That's not too bad. In sugar beets, we really like Upbeat. We also like Beta Mix. That's done a nice job. In wheat, we really don't have much of a tooth spurge issue. We typically choke it out. It doesn't get very tall. You know, maximum it's going to get 3 feet tall. So most of the time, with wheat getting started earlier on in the season and tooth spurge coming on just a little bit later, we don't really have a big issue with tooth spurge. If we did, we would certainly go with Husky. You could start out with a burn down that had Sharpen in it, and that would be a nice program.
So once again, our weed of the week is toothed spurge. A little bit different and a little bit easier to control than leafy spurge. Thank goodness. Well, that's it for our weed of the week, but stay tuned. Iron Talk is coming up next.